go. I was like, yo, if the loading bar takes too long, maybe someone's about to DC, but it's all good. We are all here, no disconnections. As we dive into round 2 of Sentimiento Latino 119 and spawning in the top right hand corner of 2000 atmospheres LE, we have the Brazilian Zerg player. He is red, representing his new team, Amantes de StarCraft. Going for a 12 pool. Oh my god, he's been watching a lot of Eric. It is the ZergLord. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner of 2000 atmospheres LE, we have the Peruvian Protoss. He's blue, representing Unidos por el Vicio. It is XionS. Oh my god. So bold move. He's going across the map with the drone. He is going for the proxy hatch. Let's go. He has been watching a lot of Eric. Eric does this whenever he can against Protoss. He mixes it into the best of format. And here we go. Now, where is the placement of this hatchery going to be? Is it going to be outside the base, or is it going to plug up that hole? And it looks like he is going for the hole. He throws down the hatchery. Up. Where is it? It's not there. There it is. Beautiful. And now, XionS, he's fully aware of what's happening. This is a good response. So, fun fact, Eric did this to XionS in BTL. What the hell is BTL? Berserker Team League. The CranKy Ducklings played against Unidos por el Vicio a couple of weeks ago in Berserker Team League. Spoiler, we won. You can check out the VODs on Twitch. And Eric did this to XionS in his series. I believe it was on, was it on Beckett? No, it wasn't on Beckett. I think it was maybe on Romanticide. But regardless, he did do this against XionS, and it actually worked. He actually beat XionS with this. So I'm sure the ZergLord was watching. I'm sure he got inspired, and now it's the ZergLord's turn to do this. XionS, he responded the exact same way. Forge with a cannon. This is a great response. Once the cannon finishes, like, it's gonna be over. But you know what? The gateway is getting low, and when the gateway dies, no more production for XionS. We do have a second gateway on the way, and the cannon is about to finish up. With the finishing of this cannon, that means that the Lings won't be able to do any more damage, but the hatchery has survived. Oh, he cancels the hatchery! Oh my god. The ZergLord doesn't commit. I was gonna be like, yo, like, if the hatchery finishes and if he had a couple of drones on the way, he could throw down some spines and force his way through here. But he didn't have drones on the way. He had a natural on the way. Interesting. I have to wonder if this was worth it. So a couple of things happened. One, XionS still got his Nexus lined up nicely. Like, he still went for the Nexus early on, and he got it. He finished it. He lost the gateway, and he was forced to delay his warp gate to get a forge. So there was a lot of indirect damage done to XionS here. Finally, warp gate starts. On top of this, the tech is delayed as well. The gases were delayed. You know, by now there should be a Stargate or a Twilight Council. So, like, there was damage done here. Was it worth it? That is the big question. We'll see where the gas is spent. Is the ZergLord still going to invest in link speed? Or is he going to do something crazy? Never mind. I was going to be like, yo, will he go for a fast lair? No, he does go for link speed in the end. And we do see the tech of choice is going to be a Stargate. Currently, the ZergLord is camping this pylon up here, hoping for tech to be thrown down. Unfortunately for the ZergLord, the tech is thrown down at the natural, so the Stargate is hidden. The ZergLord doesn't know what the follow-up is, but after a forge opening, it should be a Stargate. That should be what we see. Oh my god. Meanwhile, the Lings actually show up, and they will be able to focus down the probe. Oh, they're trying desperately to chase it down. Yo, the micro from XionS is pretty good. He actually throws down the Nexus just barely, just before his probe dies. That was insane. So nicely done there by XionS. He does get his third base up and running on location at a reasonable time. This is scouted by the ZergLord. He will back off. The ZergLord, he still hasn't seen the Stargate, but I mean, he can make some assumptions. Ooh, he does spot the follow-up Twilight Council though, and that is quite important. There we go. The first word ray comes out. does reveal itself. Now the ZergLord is well aware of all the production and tech of XionS. What will he do with that information? Obviously, we need queens. We need as much queens as possible. I wouldn't be opposed to a Roach Warren either. He throws down an Evo Chamber and a very fast lair. This is feeling like +1 melee. This is feeling like Spire. Oh my god, but we'll see. We'll see what this is going to be. Again, I really worry if he throws down the Baneling Nest. Like, if he goes Ling Bane right now against Charge Lots, like, it's gonna take a while for Ling Bane to really kick in, and these gateways are finishing up. Like, XionS is gonna push out with Charge Lots soon. Charge Lots alongside the Void Rays. The ZergLord, mate, you need a Roach Warren. You need a Roach Warren desperately. The Lings show up, they confirm the third. Not much else, and the ZergLord, he's waiting for his lair to finish before he commits to anything. The Evo Chamber, there we go, +1 range. Ooh, okay, +1 range. Is this going to be for Hydras? Ling Hydra against Charge Lots? Okay, okay. I'm still not convinced that this is going to work out. So XionS has a couple of options, and there we go. Hydra Den is thrown down. So the ZergLord, he's completely skipping on roaches to go into this, and this is so risky. If Zion pulls the trigger and goes for a timing with his voids and his zealots, he could deal a lot of damage, honestly. And here we go. He's going across the map. We will see what the ZergLord has to defend. At the moment, he's not going to have Banelings in time. If he goes straight into Hydras, that's a little bit worrisome for XionS as well. Sorry, for the ZergLord. Because again, Zealots close the distance and they deal a lot of damage. And even if, like, they're going to get so much value. Here we go, the Zealots, they show up, the Queens immediately back off. Oh god, the ZergLord is panicking a little bit here, but XionS is taking a while to really pull the trigger and deal some damage. One Queen will fall, but there are 4 Queens behind this. Oh, the Zealots are getting into the mineral line. Unfortunately, drones are going down, and now the Zealots and the Void Rays, they can turn around and they can fight the Queens. Again, Hydras are not really what you want against this. One Hydra already goes down. We have a surround. Another Queen falls as well. All these Zealots will eventually die. But, like, look at the value. Zealots are just minerals, and they are getting Queens and Hydras. Oh, my God. And with that, as all that was happening, the Void Rays kill the third base. The ZergLord was being far too greedy. He wasn't necessarily responding well to what he had scouted. Like, scouting the Twilight Council, as soon as you see that, you need a Roach Warren. Again, Roaches and Queens would have been great in the defense. Unfortunately, he went all the way to Hydras. Now he has to counterattack. He has to achieve something with these Hydras. I just don't know that he can. It's just a really, really awkward position to be in. He has rebuilt his third base. Luckily, he had thrown down a hatchery earlier. The Hydras are here. Banelings are being morphed in. So I assumed that XionS was gonna see this, but actually he didn't notice that his rocks are being taken out. He needs to respond. There are a lot of cannons and shield batteries though, so pushing into this is not the best idea. What's important as well is that these cannons are pretty nicely spread apart. Not the best spread, but they are spread apart enough that Banelings aren't going to be the most efficient against them. Here we go, the Banelings, they crash in, they kill one cannon. Oh my god, this is gonna be so expensive gas-wise. Like, the ZergLord needs to deal damage with this. The Banelings, they crash on forward. The Hydra's trying to get on top of the army, but the Hydra's getting picked off one after the other. GG gets called. And XionS takes game number 1. Oof. GG. The ZergLord cutting corners, being oh so greedy, going for that Hydra Den. And with that, XionS takes the lead, man. He's up 1-0. He only needs one more game to advance on to the next round, to the upper bracket finals. Damn. Quick. Meanwhile, the ZergLord misread the situation. It feels like he had seen a couple of things, but it didn't necessarily click in his mind what XionS was doing. That build, like going for Queens and Hydras like that works great against what the ZergLord was going for works great against double Stargate Void Ray, against Skytos, like a Skytos opener. But even if it wasn't charged, imagine if that was Glaive Adepts instead. honestly, XionS would have found success as well. Like, the only thing that the ZergLord would have really worked, what his build would have really worked well against is double Stargate Void Ray or Twilight Council into Blink Stalkers and +1. Unfortunately, that is not what we saw, and now here we go. We are diving into game number 2 of this best of 3 series, and spawning in the top left hand corner of Berlingrad LE, we have the Brazilian. Oh my god, he's doing it again. He's going for the 12 full, representing Amantes de StarCraft. It is the red Zerg. It is the ZergLord. The 12 pool. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Berlingrad LE, we have the Peruvian Protoss player. He is blue, representing Unidos por el Vicio. It is XionS. And what I will say is that this is a much better map for a 12 pool. The Lings are going to get across the map incredibly quickly. Berlingrad is the shortest map in the current map pool. The drone is already on the way. It will avoid the probes, so XionS does not get a scout off yet. And again, that Forge response is going to be okay, but these Lings should hit harder and faster on Berlingrad. As the probe gets across the map, he confirms that there is no hatchery, there's no drone to make the hatchery, and that it is a 12 pool. And the hatchery's been thrown down. Interesting location? Okay. We did see a forced cancel there, but the ZergLord is denying the Nexus. I kind of like this. Obviously, it means that the wall is still a wall. And that's a little bit worrisome because the Lings are going to show up and they have a lot of work to do. But, unlike the previous game, this will at least deny the Nexus for XionS. Alright, the Lings, they do show up. 2 more Lings are on the way behind this, by the way, so the micro has to be on point. The Zealot cannot get surrounded! Oh god, Zealot, please! He has to be oh so careful with that. He does have a probe as well to make sure the Zealot doesn't get into too hot water. As so far, some very nice micro by XionS. He keeps the Zealot from getting surrounded, and the Forge finishes. Cannon is already on the way. The Forge is getting pretty low. These things are trying to find more damage, but the second Zealot comes out. With the second Zealot, XionS is perfectly fine, and now he can start focusing on this hatchery and eventually get a Nexus up. Oh my, so is this, oh, no cancel? Okay. So, interesting, he's making 2 Lings behind this. The Lings of the ZergLord already went back home. So, the ZergLord, he is much more concerned. Nice surround. He's actually going to get the Zealot. Oh my god. Go, Broodlings, go. But with this, and even with the Overlord on the way, he is much more concerned with denying the Nexus. He wants to delay the economy of XionS for as long as possible. That was the goal of the ZergLord. And so far, he's doing it. Even with these 2 Lings, he's going to be, like, again, as annoying as possible. Nexus does get thrown down, and the ZergLord confirms that the Nexus is there. He even scared XionS enough for XionS to waste resources and throw down a shield battery as well at the natural. XionS is even supply blocked! Oh my god! So, even though the ZergLord didn't kill anything, he killed a Zealot. And even though if we look at the resources, like, he lost the hatchery, like, that's a very big investment. Was it worth it? Maybe. It was intentional is what I will say. Like, everything that had happened, everything that was lost there for the ZergLord, he intended to happen. So I have to give him the benefit of the doubt a little bit. Now he's going straight for his 3rd. I have to wonder if the Hydra style will work a little bit better on Berlingrad. I feel like it will. If that's what he goes for. Meanwhile, the Adepts, they get across the map. They're going to be able to shade in, maybe get some damage done. Link speed is incredibly late because of the 12 pool. So we'll see how we do here. The drones are forced off the line. We see a commitment into shade into the main base. Oh god, 2 drones, 3 drones are going down. 4. No, this is too much. 5, 6. Are we going to get 7? Are we gonna get 8? No, 8 drones go down for 2 adepts. Oh. The ZergLord, please. He's falling apart. Like, I was expecting 3, maybe 4. Maybe 4. When you start going 4+, that's too much damage for 2 adepts. Look at the worker counts. XionS, he's up almost 10 workers compared to his opponent. We have a 3rd Nexus on the way. Link speed is finally going to kick in. And with Link speed, the ZergLord needs to do something. He needs to deny the 3rd. Here we go. Link show up. What are they going to focus down? The Nexus or the pylons? And the Zealot shows up. He's actually going to try and go for the Zealot instead. Enough time has passed. No damage is being done. To be fair, because of the Void Ray, I don't think he would have been able to get a denial on the 3rd anyway. XionS, he holds on. And what is the plan here from the ZergLord? He's pumping out as many queens as he can. We could maybe see a queen walk with the Roach Warren. Maybe? Depending on if he hits the 3rd base, he could maybe kill that. We'll see. We'll see. It's a little bit too early to speculate, as at the moment the ZergLord is trying to drone up. He's trying to recoup his losses. And this is dangerous because we see the same build as the previous game. Charge is on the way. We're going to see a bit of a gateway explosion from XionS. He's going to move out with Zealots and with Void Rays. The plus side is that this time the ZergLord has a Roach Warren. So because of this, Roaches are going to do a much better job at buffering for the queens, protecting them against the Zealots, and the queens are going to have a much better chance at being there in position to deny the Void Rays. So overall, I think this is better for the ZergLord compared to the last game. Not if he goes for a queen walk though. Okay. Okay, we'll see how we go here. The queen, like, with everything's just going across the map, the ZergLord is all in here. The queens get spotted by the Void Rays. Oh god, and with this spot, the XionS, he needs to respond. He needs to throw down as much stack defense as possible. This 3rd base, arguably, it's forfeit. Oh, he's gonna try and defend it though. When I feel like maybe the natural would be easier to defend. We'll see what he goes for. Again, XionS just needs time right now. Lings, they're picking up a couple of workers here and there. Oh god, XionS, please, he's about to get surrounded. Oh, but the ZergLord doesn't pull the trigger. There we go, we see the surround. The Lings, they do encroach on all those Zealots. Decent dodge there on the Biles, but the queens are finally coming in just in time though. The shield batteries finish up and we have the overcharge. Oh my god, Biles do connect with the Void Ray, but it's not enough to take the Void Rays out. The Void Rays, there's no micro. Oh, actually the Biles miss. I thought the Biles were going to land, but no, XionS, he judged correctly for that one. And so far, so good. The Ravagers are being focused down. We have another warp in of Zealots. The cannon does finally fall. And the Biles are connecting every single time. And just like that, the ZergLord, he takes out every single Void Ray in the sky. Is it enough, though? The Zealots are cleaning up. The ZergLord thought the problem were the Void Rays, but really the problem were the Zealots. As the Zealots and DTs clean up everything, the ZergLord doesn't get any economic damage at all. And the lair only just started. The DTs are coming. What do we have at home? Okay, we do have detection. We do have spores. But spores are not enough. You need enough to protect those spores from those DTs. Here we go. They're going to be waddling on in. But thankfully there is detection, so they shouldn't deal too much damage. Nice around. One of the DTs does get picked off. At the same time, though, we do have a bit of a Zealot run by here. Not doing too much damage, though. And the ZergLord, he does survive the counterattack. But, like, look at the economic situation. The ZergLord, he's down 20+ workers. Lair's only just now going to finish up, so he's down in tech. And XionS is taking a 4th base. Oof. Ay, ay, ay. The ZergLord, he needs your strength right now. He needs everything. He needs the chat. He's going... oh my god, he's going up against Tempests or Carriers. We'll see how he goes. I mean, we have a decent Ling run by here. He's able to take out a couple of stack defense. A couple of structures do go down. But yeah, it's not going to be enough here. Now, we have to wonder, Is this going to be carriers or for Tempest? I'm feeling carriers right now. Tempest would be very nice. They'd be very cheeky. I would love Tempest play, especially because you can get across the map and like harass these queens. But I feel like Xion's, the more solid answer would be carriers. Let's see. What do we get? What do we get? What do we get? We get 2 more Stargates and... Show it to us, Xion. Show it. Show us. He's going for double Cybercore upgrades. My god. He's going to go for 1-1 air and armor. Air attack and armor attack. Armor attack? Air armor, that's it. As we still didn't see anything. Okay, we just had, okay, it's just Mass Void Ray. Flux Veins is on the way. Xion's has finally decided. He was like, oh, should I make Carrier? Should I make Tempest? What should I make? Void Rays. You can never go wrong with Void Rays. As the Void Rays come out, they focus on every single queen, and with the death of these 4 queens, what is there left? Nothing. As GG gets called, Flux Veins doesn't even need to come into play. Xion's takes the series 2-0. Damn. GG. Congratulations, Xion's. Wow. Oh, God. I appreciate what the ZergLord was trying to do, right? He was opening up aggressively to get ahead. But my God. Yeah, I didn't agree with the queen push. I felt like he could have set himself up to get ahead economically and go into the mid game. But as we see, most likely the ZergLord doesn't enjoy playing that stage of the game against Protoss, right? Whether it's the mid game, whether it's the late game, it's understandable. I completely understand that the ZergLord wants to like end things early. But yeah, it didn't really quite work out for him. Oof. And with that, congratulations, Xion's. I mean, he's on a roll. 2-0s White Idra, 2-0s the ZergLord, which is honestly an incredibly impressive result. And he makes it to the semifinals.